what did last night tell you about the Eagles?
That Jalen Hurts can get you out of anything. I think, that's been talked about for the last 12 hours, but it's true. So here comes Matt Eberflus, the new defensive coordinator of the Cowboys, and he decides to play match zone, and they take away A.J. Brown, and they limit Devontae Smith, and they stack the box on Saquon Barkley. But, it's sort of a pick your poison thing with the Eagles offense, because if you don't have some kind of spy operation, effective spy operation or spy who can match up to Jalen Hurts as a runner, you're dead. You're DIW. You got no chance because this guy's too strong, too smart. He understands how to decipher it pre-snap. He gets that snapshot, that Peyton Manning snapshot pre-snap. Then the ball is snapped and he's got another snapshot, and he is recognizing and deciphering what defenses are doing. He did it against Steve Spagnuolo in Super Bowl 59. It's one of the more unheralded stories about Super Bowl 59. And the reason why Jalen Hurts won the MVP in Super Bowl 59 is because he's really become an effective recognition guy. And I mean, I disagree with Tom Brady. I think Jalen, he's got great athletic skill, but he's really great at deciphering what defenses are doing pre and post snap.
What was Brady's criticism?
Well, Brady said that I think last week he was doing one of those media tours, and he said that right now quarterbacks are not as cerebral as they once were.
Yeah.
And that may be true in a general sense, but I think the two guys that were in the Super Bowl last year, that's not true. Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. It's certainly not true for Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen, and certainly not true for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, that feels like it's you guys get by on your athleticism, whereas me and Breeze and Peyton, we got by on outsmarting the opposition. And you're right with Mahomes. Mahomes in any generation. And I thought Jalen Hurts last night, aside from the two Super Bowls, like that's a game that I'm going to pin on him. He won the game last night. He won the game by making smart decisions. They take away everybody, and when they needed a big play, they got it. And I loved it. And I've said before, I didn't consider him a great quarterback. I think he's great as the quarterback of the Eagles. He's the right guy for that team. And I might have to upgrade that to being a great quarterback. I don't know if he cares about where he's ranked in those kind of lists, but man, the guy he's a winner, I think, and that might be the ultimate compliment that you give any athlete. He's a winner.
I was in Brazil last year for their opener, as you remember. He turned the ball over 3 times. They still won the game. Last night, super efficient, didn't turn the ball over, and, they had 38 rushing attempts. If you have 38 rushing attempts in the National Football League to go along with 23 completions, you take those two numbers, that's the Vermeil formula. It is rushing attempts and completions, and you're going to win a lot of football games if you don't turn the ball over because of the efficiency. I agree with Sirianni's post-game comments about that. But to dovetail to the Jalen Carter deal, if I'm Jalen Carter, Dan, I walk across the locker room and I say to Jalen Hurts, let me write a big fat check to your charity for bailing me out. Because if Jalen Hurts doesn't bail out the Eagles last night and bail out Jalen Carter, we're all talking about only the Eagles losing because Jalen Carter was thrown out for spitting before the ball was snapped.